Hello you guys, welcome back to Thriving in the Mundane. I'm super excited for today's video. I'm going to bring you along with me as I show you my helpful home rhythms. I love watching these kinds of videos, probably because I used to struggle with this topic and now I like it and I've learned a lot. If I can learn the way that I've learned in these areas, you can too. Dare I even say you could learn to enjoy it. You can roll your eyes with me, that's fine. I was doing the same thing once. Life is busy, kids are messy, we got places to be, and sometimes keeping your house on a doable rhythm where it just doesn't feel gross, it's just easy to become overwhelmed by all of it because it never ends. And we all have to do it no matter how big or small your home is. I really enjoyed filming this video. And I'm also just nosy and I like to see how people run their households, so. But I always learn something that I like to try and implement to see if it works well for my family. Hope you guys feel that way about this too. The home is meant to be well used and well loved, but it should also be well taken care of. We want the things that we own to last. We also want to teach our kids ownership, responsibility, taking care of the things that we have. You are a family member and this is an honor to take care of what God has given us. I got married when I was 21, so I was like, it just felt like a crash course. I did not enjoy this when I got married and it was a journey. So I speak from that place. I want to say before we jump into it, rhythms in your home, they should benefit your family. And so some of these things might be really helpful. Like, oh, I've never thought of that. Let me try that. Some of these might be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, no, thank you. That is totally fine. Think about what season you're in. Think about how often you're home, how many kids you have. It all is like a priority measuring game. Because these things happen on a rotating basis throughout the week, I do not need to dedicate a whole day of my week to cleaning my house. I just don't want to do that. My season is pretty busy right now. I have a lot of things that I am a part of, like outside of my home. I try to be pretty disciplined with these things. When I'm not, everything just piles up and then it's overwhelming. It's much easier for me to just have these rhythms implemented. It of course takes time at first as you're like instilling new rhythms. I forget what they say about like how long it takes to develop a new habit, because I would say like that's what these rhythms are, they're habits. When they're new, they're not natural. But when they're natural, I don't even have to think about the dishes anymore. When I'm gonna do laundry or whatever, like it's just already instilled into my week. It's part of my week instead of, oh, I still have to do that. When am I gonna do that? I don't wanna do that. Of course I feel that way sometimes, but you know what I'm saying. So I actually filmed these things when I was doing them throughout the week. So you are actually coming along with me. So I am like embracing scrub life during most of these. So if you like this video, please let me know. So let's go. The first rhythm is run the dishwasher each night. Our dishwasher is on a routine that makes it so I never have to carve out time for dishes other than unloading it, which takes 3 minutes. Throughout the day, used dishes go directly into the dishwasher. By the end of the day, when it's full, it gets run. First thing in the morning, while we're drinking coffee, one of us unloads the dishwasher. This way, it's ready to be used and filled throughout the next day. You may not have enough dishes to run it every night. You could do it 2 nights. Ideally, it's run at night though, so it's prepped for you to be filled the next day. When I forget to do this, guaranteed dishes pile up, the sink gets nasty, the counters are cluttered, and now I do have a chore that I have to carve out time for. The funny thing about this is it is actually less work because anything dish related does really take less than 3 minutes. This is something both of our households did, so we just continued it on. I have heard this called before the 10-minute tidy. This is just picking up the house halfway through the day, and it never takes me more than like 5 to 10 minutes. This involves the kitchen and the living room. We are downstairs for most of the day. And it's kind of funny because the days where it looks the worst are the days where we're leaving, because I do leave my house like in a state of whatever sometimes. But yeah, this just makes it manageable and I can find things and I'm able to enjoy nap time in peace without it looking like, you know, things have happened all morning long, because they have. The next one is very short and simple. When your counters get dirty, wipe them up. When they get wet, wipe the water up. Same thing for the sink, other than drying it. LOLs. But this way, your counters don't get that nasty grimy coat on them and you never really have to deep clean. Hack, use vinegar, water, and a spray bottle, and makes it disinfectant and shiny. The next one is more recent that I've started doing, and it's prepping dinner in the afternoon for the same day. I used to do like week ahead food prep type stuff. I don't do that right now anymore. But the reason I do this is because I find at the end of the day, I'm tired, my daughter's tired, and everything just kind of takes longer during those last few hours where your child is awake. Or also, it's just, you know, you don't want to like decide what you're going to make and start it and end it from scratch all in that amount of time. So even just 10 minutes of chopping the veggies or like getting that grain or the meat done or whatever has made such a difference. So love that one. Okay, this one is my favorite, probably because every time I open my fridge, I'm reminded of this new rhythm. So you're seeing me just having gone to Costco. I didn't film my Aldi one. Before groceries go into my fridge, my rule is that my fridge is going to be cleared out and wiped out. I don't know when I started doing this. I just started noticing that I was like wasting things, and it just gets kind of gross after that accumulation of just like, you know, the week and all the things that my toddler didn't want to eat. So yeah, it's just such a good way to make sure nothing's getting wasted, it stays clean, and it's kind of a nice way to just, you know, start out the week. Okay, and the last one that I'm going to leave you with is restocking the house before you are out. So restocking when you see something is running low, not when it's like completely out. I do this because a lot of times when something is missing that we really need, it's like a snack or some kind of cleaning supplies or food that I'm like, okay, I always pack this for work. Like, we really only buy the things we use on the daily because I just don't like a lot of clutter in the house. So this might seem kind of petty, like, oh my gosh, you don't have something you need, but like I actually do need it because I only buy the things that I need. So yeah, eat and snack drawers right there. And it's just irritating. Like, have you ever not had toilet paper or paper towel or soap or just something that is like, hey, I need this. Like, how are we gonna go without this? So I try to just add those things to my list, grab them so that when they're completely out, they're already in the house. So you guys, those are some of the rhythms that we have implemented into our home. I find that my family thrives when we are on somewhat of a routine with, of course, flexibility. Kind of ironic because that may have seemed like a lot, but when you instill habits, you no longer have to think about them. For me, I stopped resenting having to do these. And when it's done in pockets of time instead of a whole Saturday, I used to do that. And it would kind of just take from my much needed rest or family time. My house does get dirty, life does happen. That is okay and beautiful too. If I have a really hard or busy week, I will not do some of these things, and that's okay. Remaining flexible is important. Let me know if you liked this kind of video. I have a couple more ideas that are related to this topic. If this is something that you're like, I feel like I'm drowning in my home, I don't want to resent the work, but I do, you absolutely can learn how to enjoy it and have your home on a rhythm and a routine. Empower all of the family members to be involved in it in a non-daunting way. So, love you guys. That's all for today. See you next time. Okay, I filmed the whole video. I realized that I had like mascara on my forehead. Just why? Also not